大家好，我是 Henry. You know what? Learning a foreign language is really damn difficult. Because I mean, like, every time you go to a new country, just to visit or travel, then everyone will suggest, like, if you go to France, learn some French. Ou some les toilettes? If you go to Italy, learn some Italian. Dov'è la toiletta? If you go to Japan, learn some Japanese. 私は少し日本語を話します。それはどこですか? So that kind of makes you wonder, like, do I really need to study all this? Isn't there a way around it? Isn't there a lazy person's route? But actually, as long as you have a smartphone, you don't actually need to be able to talk to anyone. Because, like, if you want to find a place, go to the map. If you want to find what's fun to do around here, well, search for it online. You can do everything that you want. So the only reason to know a language is if you want to converse with someone. So, instead of just following the normal tips of learning how to speak, today I'm gonna teach you how to sound like you know how to speak Swedish. So, there are only a few words, and after you know these words, anytime you speak with a Swedish person, no one will be able to understand that you're not a native Swedish person, even though you might not be able to understand anything. So, let's go! I don't know why I have these glasses. Actually, I don't even need glasses. These aren't even mine. So the first word you will need to know is hey, which means hello. You can use this in any circumstances. You can answer the phone saying hey hey, or you can meet someone on the street and say hey. And it doesn't matter, like, if you're close to them or if it's a business acquaintance or anything, you can always say hey. And the other positive thing about hey is that you can also say hey hey when you're leaving someone, and they will understand that as goodbye. So it works as both like hello, nice to meet you, and also goodbye, see you later. So this is like, from a Chinese perspective, this word takes the role of like 3 or 4 different words, like wei ni hao and ni hao and zaijian. So it's very useful. Hey. So the second word you need to know is the Swedish word okay, which has several uses. So first of all, it can be used as an answer to a question. It's kind of like, vad tycker du om att vi gör det här? Okay, which means like, sure, whatever, let's do it. And you can also use it like to answer the question, vad tycker du om den här? Okay, that means like, it's alright. It's really useful to answer general questions. Third, and the best use of this word in the context that we're having right now, in where you're trying to sound like you're speaking a language but you're really not, that is a very good filler word. Like, if you listen to them speak, then you can just say like, oh, okay, and that'll show that you're listening to them, and then they will feel like, oh, okay, so he's listening to me and he's waiting for me to say more things and he's kind of agreeing, so just keep saying okay. Then he will eventually just like finish talking and then just find the opportunity to run away. Another very useful word, this only has one use, but it can be really good. So if someone says something and they're looking at you expectantly, like they seem like they've said something that they want you to react to, then you can just say nämen, which actually doesn't really have any clear meaning other than showing that you're kind of like reacting strongly and you're like, wow, in no direction. So it doesn't say if you agree with something or disagree with something, but at least you're showing like, oh, that's one hell of a thing you just told me right there, nämen. And I think that's quite useful in these circumstances where you don't know at all what they're saying. It might be a good idea to spruce up your conversations a little bit, because if they only hear you say like, okay, nämen, like that, then they will see that something is up, something is a little bit off. So I have another word for you, which is jaha, which also has this meaning of like, first of all, wonderment, like nämen, jaha, but also you can use it the same way as okay, as a filler word, like jaha, Okay. 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 So you can use this in conjunction with okay to just fill any conversation. And as soon as they seem like they want something out of you, then say either nämen if they're looking for a reaction, and okay if they're looking for an answer. So you might be a little bit worried that they will notice that you're using these really simple words just to scrape by in the conversation and just like do the minimum effort to actually be able to talk to them. But that's where this last word comes in. Because when they seem like they're doubting your language capabilities, when they're starting to think like, maybe this person doesn't know Swedish at all, that's when you take out the big word. Nationalencyklopedin. Because as everyone would know, there would be no reason to know this word unless you're actually a native Swedish speaker. So as soon as they start to doubt you, you only need to tell them Nationalencyklopedin, and then just turn around and go out of there. Because there's no way you'll be able to follow up that conversation, friend. So those are the only words you will ever need to know to hold a Swedish conversation. And to prove it, I have hired help of my good friend and the person who actually owns the apartment that I'm in, because I don't have an apartment because I came back from China and my apartment is in China, so he's been letting me sleep in his guest room. Anyway, I asked him for his help to show you guys how a conversation in Swedish would be when one person is only allowed to use these words. So let's see. Hej!
Hallå, hur är det med dig då?
Okej.
Såg du matchen igår?
Okej.
Ja, det var inte bäst. Du visade inget fint väder ute.
Jaha.
Så bilen går bra?
Okej.
Okej.
Nämen!
Vilket rådjur fan förbi där.
Ja, nämen. Ja, okej.
Så...
Jaha. Oh shit, this is not going well. I mean, this conversation is going nowhere and I have no idea what to say. Oh, if this keeps going on like this, then my reputation as someone who's good at languages will be totally ruined. Think back, Henrik, think back. What did you say? Oh! Wait, that's it? Oh, men? Ja, men? Okej. Nationalencyklopedin. Hej, hej! Hej!
Hej! Så du är ny här på jobbet?
This makes no sense.
Jag vet.
Du tar bara ett rätt sammanhang att jag kommer att säga hej.
Okej då.
Nya
Jag vet inte varför jag sa det. Det var
Det är samma som sen du blir bekant. Jag tror jag bör pausa den här.
Politik.